I've just had my drone out and the police showed up. They were a bit annoyed at first. And I said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I'm just flying my drone. It's just beautiful." And they went, No, you're not allowed, not allowed." So at one point I thought, "Oh, Christ, here we go, I'm going to get a fine." Because I didn't have a license and it's a heavier drone and I didn't give permission. Good morning. In the morning. I thought I'd just stop for petrol. We're actually en route. Right, so anyway, to resume, we are en route. There is me, Shane and Jed, and we are going to go to Onos. It's very pretty, very nice, very good roads, forests, pine forests, and lakes and things like that. It is a little bit of sad news today, and I'll tell you why in a little while. Because I've got these gloves on, and they're not touch screen sensitive ones, they're old ones. I can't operate my phone. These bloody gloves. I'm going to get myself some new gloves, and I'm getting really annoyed because I can't do my Google Maps properly. Beautiful scenery. Look at that. I did stop for petrol earlier, and we did meet another biker who said there's a lot of mist and cloud, low-level cloud around. I don't know whether we're going to head into that. I'm hoping we might miss it, but if not, the visibility is going to be a bit limited, and it might get colder. A little bit damp here, so I'm going to just watch the roads. So first we have to climb, and then we'll go down the other side. Oh yeah, my news, I'm going to tell you. Some of you may know, my girlfriend is in Thailand, and her name is Cobb, and I see her a couple of times a year, at least until I retire. And we always have this thing where I say to her that 1 month before going out to see her, I don't ride. And the reason for that is obviously if anything does happen or go wrong, then I don't want to be waiting 6 months to go and see her, and then a week before I'm due to fly out I have an accident and God forbid I end up in hospital or whatever. So today is the last ride before Thailand, which I'm really excited about. So I'm going to go to Thailand for 3 weeks. So oh, look at the mist over there. Look, wow. Can you see that? Wow, look at that. Oh, shall I stop the drone and fly? Look at that down there, wow. Coming into the cloud. I wonder if it's going to get really cold. Feels like it's getting worse. I need windscreen wipers. Normally here you can see for miles. And obviously now you can't. You can see behind, you can just see the lights of Shane and Jed in the background. The problem is I don't know how much further this is going to continue. So when you're in the mist, you don't know if it's going to go on for miles and miles, or it's going to literally finish in a couple hundred meters, which you can't see. And I can't see through this visor either. Oh, it's getting worse. Or is it my visor? Maybe the visor. And it's getting cold, obviously the hands are a little bit colder. I've not got my heated grips on because of the battery problem, which I've not mentioned yet until now, but I still have that issue because the light is still on. And I get them to wipe my visor. That's a bit better. You can't see a lot. I think we're going to have to try and get through this and then stop, warm up, have a coffee, and then decide what we're going to do, because this is not really what I wanted to do on my last ride before Thailand. Is he there? I can't see him in the background. I don't know where he is. That's the thing about leading. When you're in front, you got to look at the road ahead and also look in the road behind to see whether or not everyone's with you. We've done about probably 10 kilometers in that, but I can see some blue sky. Look at that blue sky. Oh, you can instantly feel the warmth. I've got drips of shake my head. I've got drips of moisture inside the crash area and the visor. But yeah, that was cold. Pueblo de Don Fadrique. Yeah. I bet the guys behind me are loving this trip. Serves them right for letting me lead. So just going to go for a nice ride. It's nice and warm now. The clouds are dispersed. No more mist. No more freezing temperatures. Apparently Jed said it was 6 degrees in that cloud coming through that valley. This is more like it. The roads are fairly dry. Mountains, pine forests, blue skies, sunshine, warm weather. Typical Spain. This is where we do our ride outs. This is where Richard Ride Out Diaries comes every week. These roads, this scenery, this weather, this much fun. Don't know whether these roads are going to be dry or damp in the shade. Thought that might be the case, eh? You have to be careful with drivers. They got big cars, little narrow tracks like this, and they're not always on their side of the road. Anticipate going around a bend and being a damp area. You have to anticipate a car being, you know, not all on their side of the road. There may be an element of they're going to be across the middle of the road and occupying some of your lane. This is a little little cutaways, look, in between. Change down a gear. Yeah, you have to you anticipate stuff like that going on. It didn't, you know, it might look bad on camera, I don't know. It didn't ship me up at all. It was just a couple of cars on slightly wrong side of the road. So there's various things to take into account, and that makes you a more wary motorcyclist, and for that reason makes you better. And a better car driver, I think. Got the valley below us down there. This road just twists backwards and forwards. Such a nice road and view. I don't want to switch the cameras off. Nice pace. Something that keeps the heart rate going, the adrenaline pumping, the fun factor, but safe as well. I want to see more deer. Come on, deer. I want to see a nice big stag or something like that. Deer, no, the sheep. Just seen another load of deer. There must have been about, 10, 12 of them. Just, I didn't have the camera on again, they were just at the side of the road, trotting down, but look, oh wow, look at the road down there. So the road comes all the way down there like this. That was a bit of fun. So that was fun. I've just had my drone out, flying around this beautiful scenery up the valley, and the police showed up and basically said they were a bit annoyed at first. And I said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I'm just flying my drone. It's just beautiful." And they went, "No, not allowed, not allowed." And then yeah, it transpires that this is National Trust land, which is why it's so beautiful. And you're not allowed to fly drones. And apparently there was a sign back there saying National Trust land. So if I wanted to fly here, I can ask for permission, get permission to fly, and maybe it's granted or not. And then, of course, they decided to try and check whether I had any license to actually fly the drone, which I don't, because I just do it recreationally. And then they wanted to know the weight of the drone, because there's a limit to, the smaller ones, under 249 grams. You can fly above you can fly different areas, So at one point I thought, oh Christ, here we go, going to get a fine, because I didn't have a license and it's a heavier drone and I didn't get permission. So I acted dumb, which I was, because I didn't know anything about this. And they let me off with a warning, so that's nice. So anyway, got some good drone shots. It was good. I'm going to go head up to the village, meet the other guys at the petrol station, and continue from there. We have decided that because it's 2 o'clock, we're quite away from home, we are going to head back. So we're going to go down this road again, and then there's a turning off to the right, and we're going to go and do that instead, and that should take us down a bumpy, twisty road, but at least it takes us a different way home. Well, I'll tell you what, bloody boiling. I've got my thermals on today as well, underneath my jacket. This is National Trust land, and you're not allowed to fly your drone here. And I'm glad they let me off with just a warning, because they did say the fine was up to 40,000 euros, and that's way above my pay grade. There's snow on the mountains up the top there. So rather than going home the same way, we've turned off to the right along this bumpy road. And I've got the camera running because I'm hoping that we'll see some more deer. Yeah, I finally found some. Go on. Don't want to cross the road, look. See you later. It might not be the best tarmac in the world, but it is certainly nice scenery. And it is my last ride before Thailand, and so it's befitting that we are out for a few hours. We're climbing higher and higher, I guess, going over the pass, and then we'll head back down again. And I'm not sure in the distance if it's mountain with snow on, or it's just the actual rock glistening in the sunshine. There's me saying there's no snow around here, but the mountains are in the distance. Blue haze, that is just glistening with snow and ice. But look at that, Jesus. There's an eagle up there as well. And I think that's the road we go down, that goes through there and up the valley. There's quite a few, look. There must be about 10. Wow, couldn't just about see them. I lifted my head right up. So we're heading down the valley now. This is the valley you can see from up top, obviously, with the hazy, beautiful looking mountains in the distance. So I'm now going down and through the valley floor on a lovely road. This is really nice. This is autumn riding through the forest, and the sun is just really, really nice. It's those clear, crisp autumn, winter days. It's just beautiful riding. The temperature's probably about 20 degrees actually, so it's nice and warm, and it's just lovely going along these nice roads. The scenery is just lovely. I just love it. I mean, it's probably pretty boring on camera. feel the air, and then your face a bit when you got the visor up, like now. There you go. Smell the trees, feel the road. It's wonderful. And now look, we're down in little valleys, little rivers. You get to see it all on the back, or on top of, or riding motorcycle. Look at this little corridor here, and you can see the sun glistening off the snow and the ice. Nice. It feels nice to ride around in the autumn. Looks a nice town as well. Never really sort of stopped off here, we always ride through. Right, I'm not sure where we are. I think we're in Kuya. Just had a little coffee, played with the cats, and now it's home time. Chivarel, I think, and then Oria, Pataloa, Allbox, and then back home. Nice long ride. I've done 280 kilometers so far. It's 4 o'clock, and we've probably still got another hour before I get home. So I've got a couple of videos more to do. I've got videos from last week and the week before, I think. So I've still got another 2 or 3 videos to put out. So I'll be doing that. But then when you hear this and see this, it will be the last one for about 8 weeks. So hopefully you'll like it. Give it a subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment. Did we come through here earlier? Oh, I don't know. No, don't think so. A lot of the Spanish towns do look very similar. This is one with the bar on the tilt, and still, there you go, yeah, stilts. All these villages are gearing up for Christmas now. They've got all the lights on. Well, lights up, they'll be lit for Christmas. Looks really pretty. Deserted as usual, 4:30. Don't want to go too mad, but I do want to have a little bit of fun. I want to just crank it over a little bit. Okay, I think that'll do for now. So yeah, a really nice ride today, nice roads. It's nice to go out for a good long ride, especially as it's the last one. And let's put this bike here. So yeah, over and out.